Environmentalists now insist that a river has rights and can sue. They'll use the legal fiction, in other words, make stuff up, to sue private parties. WND reports, the concept of rights in America has strayed far from the founders' intent to protect the inalienable rights granted by God. So far afield, in fact, that activists in Florida are insisting that a river be granted the right to sue if someone injures it, quote unquote. Activists with the nonprofit group Our Santa Fe River are seeking to establish an amendment to Alachua County's charter to provide rights to the river to protect it from harm. They claim that the new concept is, quote, catching on in the U.S. as well as abroad, end quote. The river runs through Alachua County, which includes Gainesville, the home of the University of Florida. One advocate explained, giving the Santa Fe its own rights could provide a legal basis for the residents to prevent destructive actions such as harmful development that could be proposed in the county. It could possibly give Alachua County residents the right to sue for proposed action in other counties since it would impact the river along Alachua County. A judge would have to decide on whether Alachua County residents have standing in such a suit. Mark Miller, however, a senior attorney at the Pacific Legal Foundation, warned that if the activists succeed, it will erode the only rights courts should recognize, the rights of individuals. In a recent commentary on the Originations website in the Gainesville newspaper, noted such rights, quote unquote, never before have been recognized by an American court. To be sure, a right of nature law in favor of the river has superficial appeal. Who does not want a clean river? But if the activists believe our rivers, lakes, and other precious resources are not clean enough, then they may need to take that to the legislature, the executive agencies charged with protecting our natural resources, or the courts through statutes that allow for citizen suits, like the Clean Water Act. Moreover, if they suffer concrete injuries because of pollution, the activists may seek relief in court, he explained. The amendment, however, would create ambiguous, new, limitless rights of nature through the courts that mixes up the responsibilities of government branches and would threaten tyranny. The legislature writes the law, the executive branch enforces the law, and the judiciary interprets the law. But the rights of nature activists ignore this defense of individual liberty and implicitly invite the judiciary to write the law by fleshing out what the rights of nature are, then interpret those rights and enforce them against individuals according to how the activists want them enforced, he said. How could the activists ever know what the river wants? They can't, of course. It's an inanimate object. Yet they'll use this legal fiction, in other words, make stuff up, to sue private parties and put the activists' interests above the interests of the people, as expressed through the legislators to people sent to Tallahassee to do people's business, said Miller. The activists, he charged, are trying to grab unlawful power for themselves. This is on WND. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.